Terrific Tuesday. How are we doing, everybody? We are back with this guy, Sammy the Man McIntyre, with Moving the Chains podcast. We are doing well. We are rocking. We are rolling. We are doing so damn good today. Wow, what an absolute 2 games we had last night. Kind of boring football. Tampa Bay got shellacked in Detroit last night. My man Baker, Moneymaker Mayfield, did not look good. I'll get to him in a minute. Detroit looked elite last night. I mean, Jesus, they look awesome. And I want to flip over to the Seattle game. C.J. Stroud against Sam Darnold. 2 young guns going at it. 2 defensive coaches going at it. I will give you guys my reactions to that game. So let's start with this. So Baker, my moneymaker, Mayfield, did not play well last night. Okay? Now, again, I'm a big fan of his. I love him. But he didn't play well on his part. He played like shit last night. I'm going to be honest. But again, I will say this again. He ran into a buzzsaw last night. And listen, with Tampa Bay, I felt like from the first jump, when they hopped on Tampa, 7-0, I went, okay, this is going to be a fist fight. And Tampa Bay didn't have any counterpunches. I wouldn't say they quit on Todd Bowles last night, but it felt like it was a little out. So I'm not discrediting Tampa Bay. They're going to be fine, okay? Here's the good news for Tampa Bay. They're 5-2. They're still a top 10 team in the league. They draft really well. They're fun. They're feisty. They got experience. They're going to be okay. That's no disputing about that. Okay, Baker's still playing really well. You're getting Godwin back. Bucky Irving's going to be there. You know, Bucca's still learning. He's a rookie. He's balling out. He's a beast. I mean, Jesus, Ohio State, I don't know what they're feeding them in Columbus, Ohio with these receivers. They keep churning them out. It's insanity. So, they're going to be okay. And they feel like a Tampa Bay team. Fun, feisty. Baker found the perfect fit. Just like the guy in Detroit found the perfect fit, their coach. I'll get to him in a second. But to me, Tampa Bay is going to be fine. Listen, you were lucky to be in that game in the second quarter. So, and the Lions played like shit. Imagine if they played all 3 levels good and dominant. They would kick your ass like they did the Ravens. Sorry, Max Lawson. You're my guy. Love you. But that was bad, okay? So my point is with the Buccaneers. They're going to be okay. They're 5-2. Listen, the games they've lost to has been to what? You've lost to Detroit, and I'm trying to think who. You lost somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But you're 5-2. You're top of the NFC South. You're probably going to win the division. Saints suck. Carolina's interesting, but I don't know if they're there yet. You got to worry about Bryce Young's health. In Atlanta, they feel like much more of a home team than they are a road team, because when they're at home, on that turf, inside the Mercedes-Benz, they look unstoppable. You get them outside, oof, not good. So, you're going to win this division. You're going to be okay. It did suck losing Mike Evans last night. You got the double whammy, clavicle, and the concussion. That sucks. But I will say you're going to be okay. Okay? Your defense is getting better. Your defense is still good. I mean, they just got to get younger. It's an old team. And this is what happens with old teams. They break down. You know, guys that are kind of on their last legs. It kind of feels like Moneyball right now. Where you got guys that it's name over production. So, we're getting you to kind of lead. Your production's not what it used to be. Still decent, but not what it used to be. Tampa Bay's going to be okay. They're going to be fine. I don't doubt they'll probably be in the playoffs. Now, could they go to the Super Bowl? I don't know. But they're going to be in that mix in the NFC going forward, down the road. I do believe that to my core. So I will touch on Detroit Lions last night. Mike Kesnick, Derek Solomon, my guys. That was fantastic. That energy last night in Detroit. I've been there on Monday Night Football 2 years ago against the Raiders in Detroit. That place is electric, especially Monday Night Football in Detroit. I felt it last night through my TV set. In my room, I went, whoa. Bang! It popped off my screen. Pow! And it did. And, you know, I got to be honest. This coach of Detroit, Dan Campbell, I just love him. He's like Ted Lasso if he benched 375 pounds. I'm not joking. He is awesome. He's got his fucking dip in. You know, he's got his dip in. Hey, brother, how you doing? Woo! Country brother, yay! You know, he's got his dip in. He's rocking. He's rolling. He's got his espresso coffee. He's just banging out. He's got energy. He's got presence. He puffs the chest out. Woo! He feels it. And this team feels it. They got a culture of badass, tough dudes. And it fits the city of Detroit. Tough, blue collar, home of General Motors. You just feel it. And Jared Goff found home. He was overlooked. Dan Campbell was overlooked, biting kneecaps, kind of a meathead. Ugh, you know. And it's working, man. I didn't think it would. It took a long time. But this team is elite. And I believe they will win this North, as I said before the year, in the way that the offensive line, and that's a good Tampa defense. It really is. And the way they controlled that game from the opening jump, their offensive line, Jahmyr Gibbs, everybody was bitching and complaining, you can't take running back first round, how dare you? I got news for you. Doesn't matter. You know? I mean, the Raiders got Shiffer Gentry. I don't know if that's going to work. But my point is, you can take a running back that high. If you believe his upside is that high, like Gibbs is, go take him. Fuck what everybody thinks. Fuck it. Take a swing. Do it. So, I was all for it. And Penei Sewell is just, I'm going to say this right now, he's one of the best offensive tackles I've ever seen. I'm being dead ass. In my 18 years of watching football, I was thinking about this last night. He's on my list. I'm dead serious. And he is such a badass. He sets the culture, sets the tone. He's just a tough guy. His brothers are badasses too. Hell, one's playing for the Bears, Noah Sewell, who, didn't mean to roll up on CeeDee Lamb's ankle, but he's playing for the Bears. And I think he's got another brother. I mean, it's insane. So, they've drafted tough guys. St. Brown, Montgomery, coming over from Chicago. And it's just clicked. And listen, I was wrong. I thought the offense was going to be good, but not as creative. I talked to Derek Solomon about this at the Combine with his stepson Brody. Love you guys. And we were talking about that. So it has worked great. Johnny Morton's been fantastic. They're getting the run game going, play action game. Everything's clicking. And Jared Goff looks as comfortable as I've ever seen him. And listen, last night he was kind of a little bit more mobile than I thought. It's not Jared Goff's game. But the way he moved last night in and out the pocket, he looked good. And if you give that guy time, watch out. Now, he missed some air balls, some throws last night. They would kind of look bad. Uncharacteristic Jared Goff. But it's okay. They're 5-2. They got a bye week. And that Kelvin Shepherd guy, that defense playing out of his hair on fire. It's playing awesome. Okay? I didn't think it was going to work because he didn't want to be a coach. That's the other crazy part on the broadcast. They're talking about, well, he didn't want to be a coach, and then he became a coach, and he's clicking, man. These guys are playing hard for him. Aiden Hutchins looks like a badass Max Crosby, Jared Allen energy. You just feel it. Feels like a homegrown kid that you got. It's awesome. And it's just, I'm so happy for the Lions because there's parts of me that, wish the Raiders are going to become this. We were like the Raiders are like what the Lions used to be. We got getting hype, but our organization was so shitty. And I'm just praying to God, we get better. And believe me, trust me, tomorrow, I'm giving you a sneak peek. It's going to be not fun tomorrow. I'm going to go off on the Raiders because I'm pretty disappointed. That's sneak peek. But my point is, and this organization has done such a fantastic job. The talent's there. Sam Laporta, Sammy! I'm rooting for my guy, Sammy Laporta. He's on my fantasy team in Yahoo. I got a new phone, so I don't have him anymore. But my point is, Sam Laporta's a beast. Their other tight end, Brock Wright, Notre Dame guy, stud. St. Brown. The offensive line's killing it. They lost Zeitler and they lost some guys. They're mixing and matching. It's freaking fantastic. The defense is balling. The Lions are going to win this North. I'm telling you right now. It's going to be a dogfight between them and Green Bay, and I had that before the year started. Would be down between those two teams, but give me Detroit right now. They're probably going to represent the NFC. I believe that to my core right now. They're probably going to get one of the top two seeds. I really do. Now, if these both teams played neutral field, who would I take? I'd still take Detroit, but I think Tampa would put better effort than I saw last night. So, unbelievable. I mean, Detroit just makes me, every week I watch, I got to watch the Lions. I'm not even a fan. I'm a Packer fan because of Brett Favre. And people thought it was Favre, yes, last night. But I'm a fan of Dan Campbell, and I'm a fan of Brad Holmes. That guy has been fantastic. The passion, the fire he brings. I just feel it with Detroit. And they're not just a feel-good story. They're a fucking really good football team. That's elite. So, that's my message to the Lion fans out there. You guys earned that win last night. Electric atmosphere, Ford Field, under lights. Those jerseys look badass and cool as shit. Loved it last night. So, the second game, doubleheader I want to touch on, was Texans in Seattle last night. Oh, brother. Let me start with Houston. I'm a big fan of D'Amico Ryans. I'm a big fan of C.J. Stroud. Their defense is excellent. They got 2 good corners. Their pass rush, it's fantastic. And their defense really kept them in the game last night for most of that game. Okay? However, Seattle basically gifted them the game. It felt like to me. And I'll get to Seattle in a second. But to me, when I watched Houston last night, I have a fucking few concerns. Excuse my language. When the hell are you going to get this offensive line fixed? Because that's my first question. I'm talking to you, D'Amico. I respect you. And you're a great player. Great player in this league. You're a badass. Went to Alabama. Saving guy. Awesome. And you fit great, man. But I was thinking this morning, maybe he gets this Kyle Shanahan motto. Yeah, we don't need linemen. We can just mix and match. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. In the AFC, I'm looking at, you got to face the Colts with a really good front. Chiefs. Hell, Jacksonville in your own division. Tennessee's got Jeffrey Simmons. They cause havoc. I mean, Denver, if you get in the playoffs, you got to face that. Houston, I don't know what they're doing. And listen, new offensive coordinator. You had Bobby Slowick. It was bad last year. I just feel like, to me, C.J. Stroud, I had shades of David Carr last night. And I know Houston Texan fans do not want to hear that. That's what it felt like to me. Because if you do not protect this kid, if you don't protect him, he's going to become that. We're going to look up, and he's going to get his fucking head beat in so bad. Now, not to the point of David Carr 76 times sacked in a year. But it felt like that to me watching it last night. I mean, at some point, you got to put money in this offensive line. Because you have your asset. You have your franchise quarterback. I've seen C.J. Stroud do it. And he's a beautiful thrower. And he's the last dying breed of these quarterbacks that can't move. But C.J.'s a better athlete than Jared Goff. That was his cock coming out of college. So, again, if the Texans, and this drives me crazy with defensive coaches, they do not put an emphasis on the offensive line. They just don't. I don't know why, but they just don't. I mean, the Steelers, good God, 8 years it took you to get offensive line? Buffalo? Come on, you got these talents at quarterback. Do something. I don't get it. I don't know the urgency. It's like, to me, it reminds me of people at the gym. Pet peeve of mine, by the way. When they're on their phone texting. Like, how many more texts you got? I got shit to do. Chop, chop, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Where's the urgency? Where's the tempo? Let's go. And I just feel like with Houston, these defensive coaches, they don't feel like doing that. So, until they do that, Houston's going to be right they were. And listen, they're a good football team. I'm not trying to discredit them. They lost last night. They're still a good football team. They're fine. But you got to get this offensive line fixed. You got to do something. Because this reshuffling and all this stuff, it's going to kill C.J. Stroud. And you're going to get David Carr vibes, and it's going to end shitty. Which started out really promising rookie year. And then last year, kind of had a sophomore slump. Not his fault. Not entirely his fault. But it was not great. So, Houston's going to be okay. But that just really alarmed me last night with a couple takeaways. I want to flip over to Seattle. So, my buddy Blake Adams is from there. I've never been to Seattle. I want to. It's on my list of stadiums I got to hit. That was fantastic last night. And you know what it felt like to me? It felt like the Legion of Boom days. When that crowd was going bonkers last night. And they felt like a home field advantage again. Because lately, last couple years with Pete Carroll, it didn't feel that way. Because teams were kind of beating them in Seattle. And you didn't really do that a lot. So, I will say with Seattle, and listen, that game was 27-19. So, it almost was, I picked Seattle 20, Texas 17. So, it was on that realm. But I will say this with Seattle, they were lucky to win that game last night. Because they played like shit. 12 penalties, sloppy. Cooper Kupp, when it's 14-0, you're running a trick play. I didn't get that. Whatever. Sam Darnold, inconsistent last night. Looked off. And I love Sammy. But this is what happens sometimes. He's reckless. It's just what he is. You're still fine. They ran the ball well last night. So that's the difference to me. Here's why I think the difference between the two coaches were very stark to me last night. You got Mike Macdonald came from Baltimore, where they breed and they want to run the ball down your throat. They do. And they value offensive line. I look at San Francisco, where Mike Macdonald came from. Or D'Amico Ryan, came from San Francisco, where they don't value that. So keep an eye on that moving forward, because I felt like that, to me, was kind of an alarm bell going off in my head last night. So, Seattle gave that game away. Listen, Jack Smith-Njigba is fan-freaking-tastic. That guy is a stud. Okay? Ohio State, I don't know what you're feeding these guys in Columbus, but it's working, because every receiver that I look in the league, a lot of his catching touchdowns, Garrett Wilson, he's still a great player. Not all his fault. I mean, it's been terrible with the Jets. But when he gets it right, watch out. He's really good. Talented as hell. We keep forgetting the cuts he had last year. Don't mind my pit stains. But I will say, in all honesty, I gotta do my Trump voice. I'm sorry, I gotta do my Trump. Hello, Peter. We're gonna have a great day. I'm gonna pretend I'm not Trump now. But my point is, they're balling. They got dudes everywhere. And that Seattle defensive line was shades of Legion of Boom. They were getting after him last night. CJ Stroud, no chance. I mean, it was man-on-man, just bull rushing them. And CJ Stroud had no chance last night. And I will say this with the Texans. They're going to be okay. Texans are going to be okay. Seattle's feisty. Remind me of LOB. Now, if they can clean up their act and stop doing this giveaway shit and all this, they could, I think, be with like Detroit and get home field trying to. So, that's all I want to touch on tonight. Stay tuned tomorrow. I got Raider reaction, picks going on. We got tons of great college football games this weekend. Hope you guys are doing well. Adios. Terrific Tuesday. Godspeed. Peace.